1992 amends the 8th schedule to the constitution to include which of the following languages? Konkani, Manipuri, Nepali has been added. Maithili got added in your 92nd constitutional amendment, right? So the answer is A, 1, 2 and 3, right? Coming to the third one. Consider the following page. Bharatiya Jana Sangh, Dr. Shyam Prasad Mukherjee. This is correct. He was one of the founders of Bharatiya Jana Sangh. Socialist Party, C. Rajagopalachari. No. Socialist Party was founded by Acharya Narendra Dev. And Swatantra Party was founded by Rajagopalachari. So second one is wrong. Fourth one is wrong. Third one, Congress for Democracy, Jagjeevan Ram. Yes, it is correct. So your answer is only 2 pairs. Right? Moving on to the next one. Which of the following statements are correct about the Constitution of India? Powers of the municipalities are given in Part 9A of the Constitution. Yes. So the 73rd and 74th Amendment added Part 9A to the Constitution. Right? This is correct. Emergency provisions are in Part 18 of the Constitution. Yes. This is also right. Provisions related to the amendment of the Constitution are given in the Part 20 of the Constitution. This is also right. I know it's a bit difficult question because UPSC has gone into asking the parts, but all 3 options are correct. Clear? Which one of the following statements is correct as per the Constitution of India? Interstate trade and commerce is a state subject. No. It is not a state subject, it's a union subject. Interstate migration is a state subject? No, it's a union subject. Interstate quarantine is a union subject under the union list? Yes, this is correct. Corporation tax is a union subject. This is also wrong, right? So you have 3 wrong answers over here and C is your right answer. Right? Now coming to the 6th one. Under which of the following articles of the Constitution of India has the Supreme Court of India placed the right to privacy? This is a very simple one. Previous year questions multiple times. It is Article 21, right to privacy. Right. Moving on, guys. What are the duties of the Chief of Defence Staff as the head of the Department of Military Affairs? He is the permanent chairman of the Chiefs of Staff Committee? Yes, this is correct. He exercises military command. It is military command over the 3 service chiefs. He doesn't exercise military command. He exercises only administrative control. Military command is still under the 3 chiefs, right? It has not been given to the CDS. So be very, very clear. This is not there. This is wrong. Third one, principal military advisor to the defense minister on all tri service matters. Yes, right? So your answer is 1 and 3. D is correct. Moving on, operations undertaken by the army towards upliftment of the local population in a remote area to include addressing of their basic needs is called Operation Sadbhavana. It's a straightforward question. It has been in news. I think this wouldn't be a major issue. Moving on to the 9th one, the longest border between any 2 countries in the world is between Canada and US. Canada and US share the longest border, right? Which of the following statements about the Ethics Committee in the Lok Sabha are correct? Regarding the recent Mohua Moitra case, this question has been asked. Initially, it was an ad hoc committee. Yes, it was an ad hoc committee constituted whenever it was necessary. Only a member of the Lok Sabha can make a complaint relating to unethical conduct of a member of the Lok Sabha. Need not be. Any member can file a complaint. Any person can file a complaint, right? But they have to have proper proof and evidence, right? Third one, this committee cannot take up any matter which is sub judice. Yes, any matter which is sub judice, which is in the court, it cannot take the matter up. So answer is 1 and 3 only. Answer is C, right? Moving on. Who was the provisional president of the Constituent Assembly before Dr. Rajendra Prasad took over? It was Dr. Sachidananda Sinha. Since he was the oldest member in the parliament, he was elected as the provisional president initially. After Dr. Rajendra Prasad got elected, Dr. Sachidananda Sinha vacated the seat. With reference to Government of India Act 1935, consider the following statements. It provided for the establishment of an All India Federation based on the union of the British Indian provinces and princely states. This is correct. Coming to the second point, defense and foreign affairs were kept under the control of the federal legislature. It was not under the control of federal legislature, it was under the control of Governor General. Right? It was under the control of Governor General. So second one is wrong. Answer is 1 only. Moving on to the 13th one, which one of the following is a work attributed to the playwright Bhasa? It is Madhyama Vyayoga, right? It is Madhyama Vyayoga. Mahabhashya is Patanjali's, right? Mahabhashya is Patanjali, Natya Shastra is Bharata Muni, Kavya Lankara is Bhamas, right? So it's not A, B and D, it's C, Madhyama Vyayoga. It was a work based on Mahabharata, which was written by playwright Basa. Sanghabhuti, an Indian Buddhist monk who traveled to China at the end of the 4th century AD, was the author of the commentary on Saraswati Vada Vinaya. Right? He was the author of Saraswati Vada Vinaya. It is C. Moving on, consider the following properties included in the World Heritage List released by UNESCO. So they are telling which of the above properties were included in 2023. In 2023, Shanti Niketan and Sacred Ensembles of the Hoysalas, these both were included. So answer is only 2. Clear? Moving on, 16th one, as per Article 368 of the Constitution of India, the Parliament may amend any provision of the Constitution by way of addition, yes, variation, yes, repeal, yes. So answer is 1, 2 and 3. Clear? Further, consider the following countries: Italy, Japan, Nigeria, South Korea, South Africa. Which of the above countries are frequently mentioned in the media for their low birth rates, aging population or declining population? We know that in general, European countries are experiencing this, especially Italy is also experiencing low birth rates and aging population. Italy is right. Japan is also experiencing, it is very evident. Nigeria, the African country, is not experiencing this. They are actually experiencing population explosion. When you come to South Korea, yes, even they too are experiencing the same thing. And South Africa is again not experiencing. The answer is 1, 2 and 4. Right? So mostly developed countries are experiencing these factors. So if you look at the options and see which are the developed countries, it's easy to find out. Coming to the 18th question, which one of the following statements are correct in respect of a money bill in the Parliament? So now when you see the first one, Article 109 mentions special procedure in respect of money bills. This is correct. Article 110 deals with money bills exclusively with respect to what is a money bill. But regarding special procedure of money bills, it is dealing in Article 109. This is correct. A money bill shall not be introduced in the Council of States. This is also correct. The Rajya Sabha can either approve the bill or suggest changes but cannot reject it. Correct. And fourth one, amendments to a money bill suggested by Rajya Sabha have to be accepted by the Lok Sabha. This is wrong. So answer is 1, 2 and 3. Clear? Moving on. Which of the following are correctly matched in terms of equivalent rank in the 3 services of the Indian Defence Forces? So initially we have Brigadier, Air Commodore. Here it is not Commander, here it is Commodore. So first one is wrong. Second one, Major General, Air Vice Marshal, Vice Admiral. No, it is not Vice Admiral, it is Rear Admiral. Right? Moving on, third one, Major, Squadron Leader, Lieutenant Commander. This is correct. This is correct. Moving to the fourth, Lieutenant Colonel, Group Captain, Captain. Wrong. It is Colonel, not Lieutenant Colonel. Right? So the answer is 3 only. Clear? Moving to the next one. The Northeast Council was established by Northeast Council Act 1971. Subsequent to the amendment in 2002, the council comprises which of the following members? Governor of the constituent state. Yes. Chief Minister of the constituent state. Yes. 3 members to be nominated by the President of India. Yes. The Home Minister of India. Yes. Answer is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Clear? Moving on, coming to the 21st, consider the following statements regarding Nari Shakti Vandana Adhinayam. Provisions will come into effect from the 18th Lok Sabha? No. Provisions will come into effect from 19th Lok Sabha, which is from 2029. The 18th Lok Sabha is the current Lok Sabha. This will be in force for 15 years. This is correct. There are provisions for the reservation of seats for scheduled caste women within the quota reserved for the scheduled caste. Yes, this is also correct. So, looking at this, we can say 2 and 3 is the right answer. Clear? Moving on to the next one, Exercise Mitra Shakti 2023. Regarding that, it was between India and Sri Lanka. One is wrong. Right? It commenced in Aund, it's correct. Joint response for counter-terrorist operations, this is also correct. Indian Air Force was a part of this exercise, correct. So 1 is wrong. If you see in the options, 2, 3, 4 is the right answer, that is D. Clear? Now, a writ of prohibition is an order issued by the Supreme Court or High Courts to the lower court prohibiting continuation of proceedings in a case. This is why prohibition will be generally introduced. The government, right? It's a very simple, straightforward question, 23rd. Moving to the 24th. It's regarding the STs. It is the governor of the state who recognizes and declares any community of that state as a scheduled tribe. No, it is not governor. It is the president. in consultation with the governor. Moving to the next point, a community declared as a scheduled tribe in a state need not be so in another state. Yes, Supreme Court has very clearly given in its verdict that a community which is declared as a ST in a particular state need not be a ST in another state. Right? So answer is 2 only. Clear? Moving on. With regard to the union budget, consider the following statements. The Union Finance Minister, on behalf of the President, not Prime Minister, lays the annual financial statement before the Houses of Parliament. This is wrong. Clear? At the union level, no demand for a grant can be made except on the recommendation of the President of India. True. This is correct, because any demand for grant has to come through a finance part. It comes as a money bill, and only the President of India can give the recommendation. So 2 only is correct. Right? Who is the author of the books? The India Way and Why Bharat Matters. It is Subramaniam Jaishankar. Right? The India Way was written in 2020. Why Bharat Matters got released this year. Now moving to the 27th one. Consider the following pairs. Argentina, yes, it has been facing the worst economic crisis currently. Sudan, yes, the war between the country's regular army and paramilitary forces is occurring in Sudan. Turkey rescinded its membership of NATO. No. It has not. Answer is only 2 pairs. It has been in news that Turkey wants to leave NATO. Like there are suggestions from Turkey within itself, as well as NATO members are suggesting Turkey should be removed. But still now Turkey has not been rescinded from its membership. Right? So answer is B, 2 pairs. Now coming to this, Sumed pipeline is a strategic route for Persian Gulf oil and natural gas shipments to Europe. True, this is correct. Sumed pipeline connects the Red Sea with the Mediterranean Sea. Yes, this is also correct, and that is why it is a strategic route. Right? That is why answer is A. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are the correct, and its second one is the explanation for first. Clear? Coming to the 29th one, the Red Sea receives very little precipitation in any form. Yes. It receives very little precipitation. No water enters the Red Sea from rivers. Yes, this is true. Answer is both 1 and 2. There is no river water. No water enters the Red Sea from rivers. No river water is entering the Red Sea. Clear? Moving to the 30th one, according to the Environmental Protection Agency, which of the following is the largest source of sulfur dioxide emissions? So, in this case, you find that the answer is power plants are the ones which are the major emitters of sulfur dioxide emissions. Right? Answer is D. Clear? Moving on to the next one. 31. If the United States of America were to default on its debt, holders of the US Treasury bills will not be able to exercise their claims to receive payment. So here it's a bit controversial. See, definitely they cannot go ahead and exercise their claims with respect to the US, but they can go to the US federal court and exercise their claim, and they can recover their promise that was done by the US. So first one is wrong. They will not be able to exercise their claims. They will be able to exercise their claims. They might get delayed payments, but the payments cannot be denied because of the presence of federal court. Right? Second one, the US government debt is not backed by any hard assets, but only by the faith of the government. Yes. This is true. So answer is statement 1 is incorrect and statement 2 is correct. Moving on, syndicated lending. Syndicated lending means where multiple people creditors get together and lend. Okay, so syndicated lending spreads the risk of borrower default across multiple lenders. Yes, because many people are coming together, there is less risk. The syndicated loan can be a fixed amount or lump sum of funds, but cannot be a credit line. No, it is a credit line. Syndicated loan is a credit line. Right? This is wrong. Answer is statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is not correct. Right? Answer is C. Now coming to the next part. Consider the following statements in respect of the digital rupee. It is a sovereign currency issued by the RBI in alignment with its monetary policy. Yes. It appears as a liability on the RBI's balance sheet. Yes. It is insured against inflation by its very design. No. How is it insured against inflation? It's not insured against inflation. It is freely convertible against commercial bank money and cash. Yes. CBDC is freely convertible against commercial bank and money and cash. Answer is 1, 2 and 4. D. With reference to ancient India, Gautam Buddha was generally known by which of the following epithets? First one, Nayaputta, this was the name given to Mahavira. It was not given to Gautama. Shakyamuni and Tathagata, yes, these were the names given to Gautama. Answer is 2 and 3, B. Clear? Moving forward, consider the following information. So now when you see Chandraketugarh, it is not in Odisha, it's in West Bengal. It's a trading port town, but it's in West Bengal. Inamgaon, Maharashtra, Chalcolithic site? Yes, this is correct. Mangadu, Kerala, megalithic site? Yes, this is correct. Saliundam, Andhra Pradesh, but it is not known for rock-cut cave shrines. It is known for stupas. There are some stupas and Buddhist monuments over there. It's not for rock-cut cave shrines. So 4 is wrong. 1 is wrong. Answer is 2 and 3, B. Clear? Moving on, who of the following rulers of medieval India gave permission to the Portuguese to build a fort at Bhatkal? It was Krishna Deva Raya. Right? It was Krishna Deva Raya who gave the permission. Now moving to the 37th one, with reference to revenue collection by Cornwallis, consider the following statements. Under the Rayatwari settlement of revenue collection, see during Cornwallis there was no Rayatwari settlement of revenue collection, so 1 is by automatic, it is wrong. He was the one who introduced initially permanent settlement. Rayatwari settlement came through Monroe system in 1820. Right? It was Thomas Monroe who started this. Now, second one, under the permanent settlement in Bengal, if the zamindar failed to pay his revenues to the state on or before the fixed date, he would be removed from his zamindari? Yes. Right? Answer is 2 only. Clear? Now, moving on to 38. First one, there are no parables in Upanishads. Parables means short stories where certain characters are introduced. Yes, there are definitely many parables that have been used in Upanishad. There have been parables of when Yamanachiketa speak about soul. All these stories are there in Upanishad. So 1 is wrong. There are parables. Second one, Upanishads were composed earlier than the Puranas. Yes. As per your NCRTs, it is true. So answer is 2 only. Clear? Moving on. 39th. India is a member of the International Grain Council. Yes. A country needs to be a member of the International Grain Council for exporting or importing rice and wheat. Need not be. Answer is 1 only. Not much thought required over here. Which one of the following is the latest? Be careful, it is the latest that they are asking. Inclusion in the intangible cultural heritage of UNESCO list. It is Garba dance. Garba dance was the latest addition. Now moving on to this, there is instability and worsening security in the Sahel region. Sahel region is the middle part of Africa, right? Just near the Sahara Desert region. Yes, there is instability and worsening security in the Sahel region. Why? Arab Spring, everything took place somewhere nearby only. There have been military takeovers or coups, DDAT, in several countries of the Sahel region in the recent past. This is also true, and that is the reason why there is instability and worsening security. So answer is A. Clear? Moving on to the 42 one. India does not import apples from the United States of America. This is wrong. We do import Washington Gala apples, which are widely available in any supermarkets. Second one, in India, the law prohibits the import of genetically modified food without the approval of the competent authority. This is yes. This is correct. This is correct. So statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is correct. Answer is D. Moving on, with reference to the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, consider the following statements. While any resolution for the removal of the Speaker of Lok Sabha is under consideration, he or she shall not preside. This is correct. He or she shall not have the right to speak. This is wrong. They do have the right to speak as Member of Parliament. He or she shall not be entitled to vote on the resolution in the first instance. This is wrong. He is entitled to vote in the first instance. So 1 only is right. Clear? Now coming to the 44th, a bill pending in the Lok Sabha passes on its dissolution. Yes, this is true. A bill passed by the Lok Sabha and pending in the Rajya Sabha lapses on the dissolution of the Lok Sabha. This is also correct. A bill in regard to which the President of India notified his intention to summon the houses to a joint sitting lapses on the dissolution of the Lok Sabha. It does not lapse. See, when the President has already notified that a joint sitting is to take place, and after the notification, the Lok Sabha lapses. Still, only for the joint sitting, the Lok Sabha which has lapsed, the Lok Sabha which has been dissolved, will participate in the passage of the bill. Right? So 3 is wrong. It does not lapse. So answer is 1 and 2, B. Right? Moving on. With reference to the Parliament of India, consider the following statements. Prorogation of a house by the President of India does not require the advice of the Council of Ministers. This is wrong. It does require the advice of the Council of Ministers. Only in case if there is no proper Council of Ministers, then he can solely take. Right, 1 is wrong. Prorogation of House is generally done after the House is adjourned in a day. This is true, but there is no bar to the President of India prorogating the House which is in session. This is also correct. There is no bar. The President can prorogue the House whenever he wants, when upon the advice of the Council of Ministers sometimes. Dissolution of the Lok Sabha is done by the President of India, who, save in exceptional circumstances, does so on the advice of the Council of Ministers. Yes. These exceptional circumstances are when there is a hung parliament, when there is no clear majority, then the president can think about whether he should dissolve or try to help another party form the government, right? This is possible. But again, over here, be very clear, only in exceptional circumstances, but on a regular basis, he does dissolve based on the advice of the Council of Ministers. So this is correct. 2 and 3 is correct, right? Coming to the 46th question, the European Parliament approved the Net Zero Industry Act recently. This is correct. European Union intends to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050. It's not by 2040, it is by 2050, and therefore aims to develop all of its own clean technology by that time. So you find that statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is incorrect. C is your answer. Clear? Moving on to the next one. Recently, Venezuela has achieved a rapid recovery from its economic crisis and succeeded in preventing its people from fleeing or emigrating to other countries. Now, coming to over here, Venezuela has been facing severe economic crisis, and yes, people had been fleeing from Venezuela. Now, it has actually started growing at around 5%, which is a huge leap from a negative growth rate to a positive growth rate in the last 2-3 years. But it has still not succeeded in preventing its people. Yes, there is a rapid recovery, but it has still not succeeded in preventing its people from fleeing or emigrating to other countries. Right? So 1 is wrong. Venezuela has the world's largest oil reserves. Yes, as far as possible, calculable oil reserves that are present, Venezuela has the largest. Right? Largest calculable oil reserves, yes, that is Venezuela. So, statement 2 is correct and statement 1 is incorrect. D is the right answer. Moving on, with reference to the Digital India Land Records Modernization Program, consider the following statements. To implement the scheme, the central government provides 100% funding. This is true. Under the scheme, cadastral maps are digitized. Cadastral maps are your blueprints. Yes, they have been digitized. And there is a transliterate initiative that the record of rights will be translated to any of the languages recognized by the Constitution of India. Yes. It will be transliterated to any of the languages recognized by the Constitution of India. 1, 2, and 3. Right? Answer is D. Moving to the 49th one, with reference to Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Matritva Abhayam. This scheme guarantees a minimum package of antenatal care services to women in the 2nd and 3rd trimesters of pregnancy. Till here it is correct. And 6 months post-delivery healthcare service in any government health facility? No. So when it comes to post-delivery healthcare service, this scheme only takes up counseling. It doesn't take up the complete set of post-delivery healthcare services. So only counseling with respect to family planning, nutrition, this kind of counseling is given. So the B part is not done, right? 6 months post-delivery healthcare is not present. Now, second part. Under the scheme, the private sector healthcare providers of certain specialties can volunteer to provide services at nearby government facilities. Yes, this is true. This is there. Answer is 2 only. Clear? Coming to 50th, with reference to Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Mandan Yojana, consider the following statements. The entry age group for enrollment in the scheme is 21 to 40 years. No, this is wrong. Age-specific contribution shall be made by the beneficiary. This is correct. Each subscriber under the scheme shall receive a minimum pension of 3,000 per month after attaining the age of 60 years. This is correct. Family pension is applicable to the spouse and unmarried daughters. This is wrong. Not to the unmarried daughters. It's not applicable. Right? Answer is 2 and 3 only. Clear? Moving on to the next one. 51. Atmosphere is heated more by incoming solar radiation than by terrestrial radiation. This is wrong. In fact, it is the terrestrial radiation which heats up. Incoming radiation barely heats it up to 14 and terrestrial radiation heats it up to 54 units. If you see the heat budget, you'll get to know. 1 is wrong. Carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases in the atmosphere are good absorbers of long wave radiation. This is correct. So, statement 1 is incorrect, statement 2 is correct. right? Going to the 52. Thickness of the troposphere at the equator is much greater as compared to the poles. Yes, at equator it is 18 kilometer, at poles it is 8 kilometer, right? At the equator, heat is transported to great heights by strong convectional currents. That is the reason why you have a bigger, fatter troposphere, because heat is getting transported using convectional current. The troposphere is expanding, right? This is correct. So you find that A is the answer. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and statement 2 explains statement 1. Moving to the next one. Which of the following are the products of volcanic eruptions? Pyroclastic debris, yes. Ash and dust, yes. Sulfur compounds, yes. Now when you come to nitrogen compounds, yes, it is also a product of volcanic eruptions, but not a major product. If you see water, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, these are the three major compounds. They constitute almost 97%. 3% of the remaining gases in which nitrogen compounds are present. So in this case, we have to go with all four, since nitrogen compounds is a product of volcanic eruption. Moving to the next one. Which of the following are correct inferences from isothermal maps in the month of January? The isotherms deviate to the north over the ocean and to the south over the continent. Yes, this is correct. This is correct. The isotherms in the month of January, they deviate to the north over the ocean and to the south over the continent. This is true. The presence of cold ocean currents, Gulf Stream, North Atlantic Drift, make the North Atlantic Ocean colder and the isotherms bend towards the north. See, Gulf Stream, North Atlantic Drift is not a cold ocean current. It's a warm ocean current, right? Now, as a reason, second one is false. Answer is 1 only. Clear? Now, moving to the 55th one. Which of the following countries are well known as the two largest cocoa producers in the world? Everyone knows Ghana is one of the most famous, but Cote d'Ivoire Coast or Ivory Coast, which is famous, this is also the largest cocoa producer, and comes the Ghana. Answer is C. Right? Moving on, with reference to the Himalayan rivers joining the Ganga downstream of Prayagraj from west to east, which of the following sequences is correct? So initially you find that the first, after Prayagraj, first thing that comes and joins is Gomti, then the Gagra, then Gandak and Kosi. B is your correct sequence in this. Coming to 57th one. Rainfall is one of the reasons for weathering of rocks. Yes, rainfall is one of the major reasons. Rainwater contains carbon dioxide in solution. This is also true. It has dissolved carbon dioxide in solution. Rainwater contains atmospheric oxygen. This is also true. All three are true. Now looking at the statements, both statement 2 and statement 3 are correct, and both of them explain statement 1. No. See, this is a reason for weathering, carbonation. Oxygenation is not resulting into weathering. So both statement 2 and statement 3 are correct, but only one of them explains statement 1. Yes, B is right. B is right. Moving to 58th one. Consider the following countries: Finland, Germany, Norway, Russia. Which of the following countries border with North Sea? So you have Norway bordering North Sea, you have Germany bordering North Sea. North Sea is the area between UK and Europe, right? UK and Europe, the sea that is present is the North Sea. So you have Germany and Norway. Finland is not present over there. Finland comes to the Baltic Sea. Russia is not present. So 1 and 4 is wrong. Only 2 is the right answer. Clear? Moving on to 59th one. Dhuandhar waterfalls is present, yes, in the region of Malwa, where Narmada river is there. This is true. Hundru, yes. Chotanagpur plateau, Subarnareka river, true. Gersopa, Western Ghats is true, but it's not Netravati, it is Sharavati. So only 2. Only 2 is the correct answer. Consider the following information again. Central Asia, host, it's a fold mountain? No. 1 is wrong. Europe, Alps and Block Mountain. Alps is a fold mountain. This is also wrong. North America, Appalachians, fold mountain. Yes. South America, Andes, fold mountain. Yes. So 2 are correct, 2 are wrong. Only 2 is the answer. Clear? Was just there in Europe. It's not there in Central Asia. Moving on. The organism cicada, froghopper and pond skater are insects. They are well-known insects. Okay. Moving to the 62. Many chewing gums are found in the market are considered a source of environmental pollution. Yes. Because chewing gums have plastic in their base. Yes. chewing gums contain plastic as gum base, and you find that this chewing gums, when they're disposed, they are entering the food chain, they are accumulating, they are microplastics, they are entering and they are accumulating. So both statement 1 and 2 are correct, and statement 2 explains statement 1, why it is becoming a source of environmental pollution. Moving to the next part. How many of the pairs given above are correctly matched? So when you take this, Brazil, Indri, no. Indri is coming for Madagascar. Indri doesn't come for Brazil. Indri is a kind of species which is only native to Madagascar. Elk is a kind of deer. It is not native to Indonesia. It's more in Europe. Bonobo is a kind of primate species. It is not centric to Madagascar. Bonobo is most commonly found in Congo Basin. So all 3 are wrong. Answer is none. D is your answer. Coming to this, consider the following statements regarding World Toilet Organization. It is one of the agencies of the United Nations. No, it is a non-profit organization. It is in collaboration with United Nations. It is not one of the agencies of United Nations. World Toilet Summit, World Toilet Day, and World Toilet College are the initiatives of this organization to inspire action to tackle the global sanitation crisis. Yes, this is true. This is correct. The main focus of its function is to grant funds. No, this does not grant funds. It is more in tune with trying to create awareness, trying to bring in collaboration between the private sector, but it does not grant funds. It doesn't have such an activity. So answer is 2 only, that is A. Right? Moving on, 65th. Lions do not have a particular breeding season. This is correct. Lions breed throughout the year. Second one, unlike most of the other big cats, cheetahs do not roar. Yes, cheetahs do not roar. They basically purr or they growl a bit, but they cannot roar. Unlike male lions, male leopards do not proclaim their territory by scent marking. This is wrong. Even male as well as female leopards, both of them proclaim their territory by scent marking, trying to rub their skin near to the trees, urinating in the particular areas, just to tell them that, yes, this is my territory. So third is wrong. Answer is 1 and 2 only. Moving to 66. Which one of the following is the correct description of 100 million farmers? The answer is A. It is a platform for accelerating the transition towards food and water systems that are net zero, nature positive, and that aims to increase farmer resilience. This is the answer. Consider the following. How many of the above are considered as distributed energy resources? So what do you mean by distributed energy resources? Distributed energy resources are those resources which help you give power from the localized place. For example, if your house is powered up by a rooftop solar, that's a distributed energy resource. So a particular source which is powering the particular house or their energy consumption is happening over there itself, we call it as distributed energy resources. So taking that logic, battery storage, yes, it is a distributed energy resource. It can power the same place. Biomass generators, yes, this is also a distributed energy resource. Fuel cells, this is also a distributed energy resource. And rooftop solar voltaic units, yes, this is also a distributed energy resource. So answer is all 4, 67th. Coming to 68, which one of the following shows a unique relationship with an insect that has co-evolved with it, and that is the only insect that can pollinate this tree? It is the fig tree. The fig along with the wasp, right? Fig wasp is an insect. It is the only insect that can pollinate this particular tree. They have co-evolved together, right? Fig plus wasp. Consider the following. How many of them have poisonous species among them? Butterflies. Yes, there are poisonous species in butterflies. In fish also there are particular poisonous species. And in frogs, most of them are poisonous. So answer is all 3. Clear? Moving to next one. How many of the above trees are actually native to India? Cashew and papaya, these both were bought by Portuguese to India, right? The Portuguese were the one who bought this to India, whereas red sandals, which is endemic in your Andhra Pradesh region, it is native to India. So answer is only 1, right? 70A. Moving forward, consider the following airports. In the recent past, which of the above have been constructed as greenfield projects? So, approximately 6 projects have completed. 21 projects had got in principle approval for greenfield development. So, the first one, Donipola Airport in Itanagar. Yes, this is a greenfield project in Arunachal Pradesh. It is the first greenfield project in Arunachal Pradesh. Yes. Kushinagara International Airport. This is also a greenfield project. Kushinagara is a place where Buddha died. So there international airport has been constructed. So this is also Greenfield project. Vijayawada International Airport has been there since long. So this is not a Greenfield project. This is not the right one. So answer is 1 and 2 only. Clear? Now, coming to 72, with reference to water vapor, which of the following statements is correct? It is a gas, the amount of which decreases with altitude. This is true. As you start going above and above, the water vapor density starts decreasing as you go. So, beyond troposphere, if you go to stratosphere, then you literally find there is very less water vapor. So, this is correct. Its percentage is maximum at the poles. This is wrong. Water vapor is not maximum at the poles. Water vapor is maximum at the tropical areas because of the heat that is present in the particular atmosphere. Water vapor is held by the atmosphere. Water vapor holdage is proportional to the heat present. So the more the heat is present, the more the water vapor can be held by the atmosphere. Right? So answer is 1 only. Clear? Consider the following descriptions. Annual and daily range of temperatures is low. Precipitation occurs throughout the year. Precipitation varies between 50 to 250 centimeter. So which kind of a climate are we speaking about? We are speaking about marine west coast climate. This is one of the Köppen's classifications. It has been taken word to word from your NCERT. Right? Answer is D, marine west coast climate. With reference to Coriolis force, which of the following statements is correct? It increases with increase in wind velocity. Yes, Coriolis force does increase with increase in wind velocity. Coriolis force is directly proportional to the velocity of the wind. It moves perpendicular to the velocity of the wind, Coriolis force, and the faster the wind, the more stronger is the Coriolis force. Right? This is correct. It is maximum at the poles and is absent at the equator. This is also correct. Coriolis force is more maximum at the poles and is absent at the equator. Literally at the equator, you don't find any Coriolis force as such. So both 1 and 2 are correct. Coming to 75th, on June 21st every year, which of the following latitudes experiences sunlight of more than 12 hours? So you should be having sunlight more than 12 hours. On June 21st, we know that it's going to be in Tropic of Cancer. So this is going to experience 12 hours. Right? And when you go to the Arctic Circle, it is almost bathed with sunlight for 24 hours is what they tell. So 2 of them. Right? 2 and 4 is your answer over here. Yeah? Moving to 76th one. One of the following regions which has the world's largest tropical peatlands. Largest tropical peatland has been in the Congo Basin. Congo Basin has been asked by UPSC in the previous year too. In the last 2 years, Congo Basin has been very, very important. So please learn about the Congo Basin well. Moving to the next one, 77. PFAS, that is your perfluoroalkyl and polyfluoroalkyl substances that are used in making many consumer products. They are found to be widespread in drinking water, food and food packaging materials. This is correct. True. PFAS are not easily degraded in the environment. Yes. They are not easily getting degraded. They are taking a long time. They are literally non-biodegradable. It takes a large amount of time to get degraded. Persistent exposure to PFAS can lead to bioaccumulation in animal bodies. Yes, this is true. See, PFAS, why it has been in use is because PFAS, when it's bioaccumulating in human bodies, it is leading to lower levels of immunity. Immunity or production of antibodies is not happening at a faster scale. And you find that PFAS has been banned under the Stockholm Convention, right? Under the Stockholm Convention, it is in one of the list. Clear? So the answer for this is 1, 2, and 3. Consider the following. Carbide beetles, centipedes, flies, termites, wasps. Parasitoid species are found in how many of the above kind of organisms? Parasitoid species are species which actually live with the host cell and are there till the host dies. Right? Those are called as parasitoid species. Now when you come to carbide beetles, there have been latestly discovered 3 subspecies which are coming under parasitoid. Generally they are predatory, carbide beetles, ground beetles, but there are some species within carbide beetles which are parasitoid. Centipedes are not parasitoid. Flies are coming in parasitoid. Termites are not parasitoids. Wasps are parasitoids. So you have 3. Only 3 is your answer. Clear? Right? Consider the following plants. Groundnut, horse gram, soya bean. How many of the following belong to the pea family, or basically they are asking how many of them belong to the legume family. Right? All 3 are leguminous plants. All 3 belong to the pea family. All 3 is the answer. Clear? Moving to the next one. Now, 80th question is a controversial question. Why? Because Indian flying fox is placed under the vermin category in the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. See, Statement 1 is telling Indian flying fox, which is a bat, it is placed under the vermin category in the Wildlife Protection Act. It was placed under the vermin category. Vermin category is placed in Schedule 5, but it has been moved to Schedule 2. But since this question has been asked and there is no other alternative options, we will have to presume that this is correct, right? But there might be a chance that UPSC might give a grace marks to it. Right? Indian flying fox feeds on the blood of other animals. No, it does not. It is a fruit-eating, nectar-eating bat. Right? It is one of the major reasons why Nipah virus is spreading. So it is not. It does not feed on the blood of other animals. 2 is false. That is why when you look at the options, 2 is false. There is only one option where statement 2 is incorrect. That is C. Thereby, statement 1 has to be correct going by this. But in reality, even statement 1 is wrong, right? Because it is no longer in vermin, it has been pushed to the Schedule 2 category. But going by what has happened earlier, we should go with C, right? That is the most probable answer. Coming to 81, the total fertility rate in an economy is defined as. So the total fertility rate is nothing but the number of children a woman can reproduce in her reproductive age. So the average number of live births a woman would have by the end of her childbearing age. This is the total fertility rate. Right. Moving on to the 82nd one. In India, non-banking finance companies can access the liquidity adjustment facility window of the Reserve Bank of India. No. Liquidity adjustment facility window of the Reserve Bank of India is only available to the scheduled commercial banks recognized by RBI as well as the primary dealers. It is not accessible to the NBFCs. This is wrong. Right? In India, foreign institutional investors can hold the government securities. Yes. In fact, RBI has put a cap of 6%, but they can hold the government securities, right? Third one, in India, stock exchanges can offer separate trading platforms for theft. Yes, they can. In fact, Nifty from 2013, they started doing this as a separate trading platform. Answer is 2 and 3. D. D is your answer. Moving to 83. In India, which of the following can trade in corporate bonds and government securities? Insurance companies? Yes, they can. Pension funds? Yes, they can. Retail investors? This is the major highlight over here. Because RBI has come out with a provision where, they have bought this particular thing, retaildirect.rbi.org.in. You can, or eKuber. Through these means, you can directly access the government securities. Even retail investors are able to access and buy government securities. So 3 is also correct. Answer is 1, 2, and 3. Moving to the next one. Which of the following are considered as financial instruments? Exchange traded funds. Yes, this is a financial instrument, right? Motor vehicles. Motor vehicles is an asset. It is not a financial instrument, it's an asset. It's a non-financial instrument. Currency swap. Yes, currency swap is also a financial instrument. So when you go by this, you have 1 and 3 only. Right? 1 and 3 only is right. Motor vehicles is wrong. Pretty simple question. Moving to the next one. With reference to the sectors of the Indian economy, consider the following place. Storage of agricultural produce. It does not come in the secondary sector. It comes in the tertiary sector because this is a service. This is considered as a service. It comes in the tertiary sector. 1 is wrong. Dairy farm, primary sector. It is correct. Mineral exploration. It's not tertiary. It comes in primary. Right? Mineral exploration is wrong because it's a primary sector. You're extracting raw materials. Raw material extraction comes in your primary part. Weaving cloth. Weaving cloth comes in your secondary. It's a classic example of secondary sector where you transform the raw materials into products. Isn't it? So you find that 2 and 4 are correct. How many are correctly matched? Only 2. Moving to the next part. Consider the following materials. Which of the above can be used as feedstock for producing sustainable aviation fuel? Right? Agricultural residues, yes, it can be used. Corn grain, yes, it is one of the most famous. Wastewater treatment sludge, yes. Wood mill waste, yes. All 4 can be used. So answer is C. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now moving on to 87. With reference to physical capital in Indian economy, consider the following place. Farmer's bluff. It is not a working capital, it's a fixed capital. So this is wrong. Computer, Printer, it's a fixed capital, correct. Yarn used by the weaver, it is a working capital. It is a working capital, it is not a fixed capital. Petrol is a working capital, this is correct. So you have 2 and 4, which is only 2. Only 2 are correctly matched. Moving to the next one. Which one of the following words phrases is most appropriately used to denote an interoperable network of 3D virtual worlds that can be accessed simultaneously by millions of users who can exert property rights over virtual items? It is metaverse. Metaverse is where you have the interoperable network of 3D virtual worlds. So this has been much in used, creation of metaverse-based products. Answer is metaverse, right? Where you can claim assets. Coming to 89. With reference to the rules imposed by RBI while treating foreign banks is the keyword, consider the following statement. There is no minimum capital requirement for wholly owned banking subsidiaries in India. Going by any logic, by any standards, there is definitely a requirement. This is absolutely wrong, right? RBI will always say there should be a minimum capital requirement. There is actually 3 billion, around 3 billion is the requirement. So without any minimum capital requirement, they cannot. Right. Secondly, for wholly owned banking subsidiaries in India of the foreign banks, at least 50% of the board members should be Indian nationals. Correct. This is also true, right? So answer is 2 only. Right? Moving to the next one, 90th. With reference to CSR, consider the following statements. CSR rules specify that expenditures that benefit the company directly or its employees will not be considered as CSR activities. This is correct. CSR rules do not specify minimum spending on CSR activities. No, it does mention 2% of profits is to be spent. Right? So 2 is wrong. Answer is A, 1 only. Coming to 91st. With reference to radioisotope thermoelectric generators, consider the following statements. RTGs are miniature fission reactors. No. They're generally considered as more of a nuclear batteries rather than fission reactors. Small nuclear batteries which are coming out, in China has already started patenting this technology. So RTGs are not fission reactors, they're basically small nuclear batteries, right? This is wrong. RTGs are used for powering onboard systems of spacecraft. This is correct. RTGs can use plutonium-238. This is also correct, which is a byproduct of weapons development. So answer is 2 and 3 only. Right? Consider the following statements. Giant stars live much longer than dwarf stars. No, it is not the case. Compared to dwarf stars, giant stars have a greater rate of nuclear reactions. Yes, this is true. Answer D. Statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is correct. This is right. Okay. Moving to the next question. Which one of the following is synthesized in human body that dilates blood vessels and increases blood flow? This is nitric oxide actually. Right? A direct question asked by UPSC. This is nitric oxide which dilates blood vessels and increases blood flow. Moving to 94th. Identification of or consider the following activities. In how many of the above activities can the radars be used? See, identification of narcotics on passengers at airports or in aircraft. This is not possible because radars cannot be used for element detection so easily, and this has not been used. Radars are not used. Generally, X-ray machines or ultrasound, these kind of things are used, but not radars. Monitoring of precipitation, yes. Doppler radar is generally used to monitor the precipitation. It is one of the most frequently used weather-based radar activities. Tracking the migration of animals, yes, again, we use this particular Doppler radars to track especially birds when they are about to migrate, where they are migrating. All this can be tracked with the help of this radars. So answer is only 2, right? Moving to the 95th. Consider the following. How many of the above are considered 5th generation aircrafts? 5th gen. Rafale is 4.5 gen, or generally considered 4++. MiG-29 is 4th gen. Tejas Mk1 is also 4.5 gen. Neither of the 3 are 5th generation aircraft. So answer is none. Answer is D. We still don't have a 5th generation aircraft. 96. In which of the following are hydrogels used? Controlled drug delivery in patients? Yes. Mobile air conditioning systems? Yes. Preparation of industrial lubricants? Yes. It is 1, 2 and 3. Right? 97. Which one of the following is the exhaust pipe emission from fuel cell electric vehicles powered by hydrogen? Water vapor. Right? It is water vapor. Clear? Recently, the term pumped storage hydropower is actually inappropriately discussed in the context of which one of the following? It is discussed in the following of long duration energy storage systems. Right? We are speaking about pumped storage hydropower is actually for long duration energy storage. Moving to the 99th, membrane bioreactors are often discussed in the context of wastewater treatment technologies. Right? Membrane bioreactors, it's one form where we are trying to clean up the particular sewage, right? So wastewater treatment, we are trying to use this as a bioremediation technique, membrane bioreactors. Moving to the last question, with reference to the Indian economy, collateral borrowing and lending obligations are the instruments of, they are the instruments of money market. Right? Collateral borrowing and lending obligations are the instrument of money market. So with this, we have completed the paper, and hopefully you guys have been able to benefit from this. Hopefully everyone is getting a positive mindset and they're able to clear. All the best, guys.